Welcome back. Another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jesse Love. How's it going, man?
Going great. Just been training really hard for the during the off season for the season coming up. Another big year, so just want to make sure I'm ready to go and that we're ahead of the ball game. So been getting a lot done. Just kind of grinding it out and making the most out of this. Probably about 2 months of off season we got.
It's there's no off season for me, so I don't know what you're talking about with this off season stuff. So far, like, what have you been up to? Like, working out and all that, and trying to figure out everything. What's been going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Obviously, working out is something that I take really seriously. Making sure that I'm physically prepared for all the racetracks I'm going to next year, and obviously there's a lot of more just prep work for obviously next year, doing more big track stuff as I get older and kind of progress, and you get older, you go to bigger tracks, and it's changing how you race, and you just want to be able to biggest thing I'm working on is making sure I'm prepared so I don't have to overthink it too much when it's time to go perform. So overall, having a really fun off season, kind of getting my house set up in North Carolina. And I lived in North Carolina in an apartment for the last few months, so it's cool to get a house and kind of get more settled, right? So obviously you can see you got some winners and championship and pole award hats and some pole award banners behind me. So kind of getting everything how I want it, and at the same time staying busy, but also having a good time with my friends and my TRD colleagues and drivers, and kind of building that relationship stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, you're repping you got a Safe Flight shirt on and you got a Mobil One hat on. So that's good stuff right there. So kind of talk about I know next year, I know you can't say a lot what you're doing, but how excited are you for it?
I'm really excited. There's a lot of great opportunities for me next year, and obviously I can't get into the specifics, but I mean, it's obviously not hard to figure out. Obviously, doing some more big track stuff and um, all that new super late racing that I've been doing last year. I'll probably continue that for this year too, and just trying to run as much short track stuff and as big of a racetrack as well as I can on the ARCA side of things, to be able to make sure that I'm ready to go in about 2 years or so to go run big track stuff when I'm 18. So just want to get ahead of that ball game and run as much big track stuff as I can, as many ARC races as I can, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm really excited. I love the big track stuff. It's really cool to me, and obviously tracks like Bristol that are smaller, but they're also there's so much history behind them. That's also really cool as well. So I'm really excited for next year. Looking forward to just putting more kind of quality and maybe less quantity into the races that I'm running to get more wins. I think I picked up 7 or 8 wins this year, but we want to get more and more wins for next year and bigger wins for next year too. So just got to work at that, put more quality into it, and maybe dial back on the number of races, but at the same time go out there and be able to compete for wins every week and kind of focus more on that race from week to week. There's a lot of times this year where I was running probably 3 races in a week. So that's always, hard mentally, physically, emotionally, but it's also hard to prepare for it too. So I'm really looking forward to the next year and seeing what all we do and accomplish.
I mean, you're only turning 17, so you got a while until you turn 18. So let's talk about what you are doing. And I'm sure you can talk about this, what you're doing next month. You're going to be down at the Chili Bowl. I know you're a dirt guy. You're also a late model guy, and you're also a pavement guy. So what's that? It's going to be like that down in that insane world down there that is Tulsa, Oklahoma, and down in a warehouse for about a week.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that goes on during Chili Bowl, and overall, just the atmosphere. Last year we had a pretty solid run. We won our heat race. We won our qualifier, and we finished 7th in our prelim night feature, and we had a good showing. So I mean, I was happy with it, right? But definitely want to get more this year. I've been out of the saddle for quite a while, but actually almost it'll be 12 months, a whole year when I get back in the midget. So it's been a long time since I've run any dirt other than other than Springfield, the coin. I haven't run any dirt, and Springfield and the coin, it's a whole different ballgame. Springfield was basically pavement racing, and the coin was pretty much like Tulare. You run it up just as fast as you can go without turning the nose off of the thing, which everybody did. But overall, no, I'm looking forward to it, and I want to go run well. I want to go race hard and get it in the show and run as good as I can. So obviously, winning a race like that when you haven't raced a whole lot of dirt in the last about a year is hard. But at the same time, in a sense, it's almost like riding a bike, right? So I just want to go and be what I am and go run as hard as I can. And my goals are obviously, get the heat race win, get the qualifier win, and then hopefully we can, sneak in the top 3 or something for our prelim night and put us in a good position for Saturday for Saturday's feature. So that's just something I want to go do and run again. And who knows, maybe we can, pull something off that's really spectacular. But I'll just go drive the heck out of it and see how we pan out.
Yeah, going to be a lot of people down there, a lot of challengers, a lot of young kids too. So, I mean, I just talked to Ryan Timms last night, so it was pretty good there. But yeah, it's been a while since you've been in the midget car. So, the 13 car fleet at Keith Kunz Motorsports. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see down there. About a few weeks. So hard to believe it's only about a month away. So
crazy.
Yeah, it is. So I know looking back, do you like to look back at years and stuff? Have you done a lot of reflecting over time about?
Well, man, I got a bunch of pull awards and trophies hung around my room, so I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, biggest accomplishment you had last year?
Last year probably getting another championship. That was obviously big. I was the youngest super late model winner in history at Slinger, which is obviously, in the top probably 4 or 5 biggest super late model tracks in the country with the most history. And obviously to be qualified straight in the Derby, which was obviously my expectation, but it's always cool to do in your first attempt. And my first win for Venturini Motorsports for me was probably the biggest thing, I think, for sure. Actually, it is. That for me, just it's hard when you move out here and you're with a new team, and it's a whole different kind of ball game. But believe Venturini, he believed in me, and we kind of put it all together at the end of the year. So kind of sets a really good precedence for next year on what we can accomplish and hopefully what we will accomplish. So that was for me was my favorite win. Salem was obviously a really cool track in general, and you look back at the winners that have won there, it's really neat and spectacular. So, and also to go up head to head against Ty was also really cool too. And I got a lot of respect for Ty as a driver, and hopefully after Salem he does for me. So that was obviously a really cool race in general. Cool to have Mobil 1 in victory lane, and I was just really happy to get Kevin Reed in victory lane too.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, for sure. So that's it's gonna be fun. I know exciting times around. Are you? What's your plans? For the rest of the off season before you get down and going ready for Chili Bowl.
Kind of just what I've been doing. Obviously now that the holidays are starting to end, but after Christmas mainly is when everybody kind of gets back into their own sway of things, and we'll be doing a lot more sim time and kind of getting ready for Daytona. I'll be doing some testing on the sim or at Daytona for Daytona test for Venturini, hopefully, and do stuff like that. So kind of get those guys as ready to go for Daytona as I can and be that little small part, even though I'm not racing. That'll be really cool for me. It's kind of still the off season at that point. But my season really starts, obviously Chili Bowl is kind of its own thing. And it's funny when you talk about like this year's Chili Bowl, you're kind of thinking about last year, but also this year, because it's kind of hard to differentiate because it's January and there's like no other racing in January for the most part. But my main season starts in February at the World Series of Stock Car Racing. So that's something that I really want to go and just kick butt at, and I want to go win every dang night and get the pole every dang night and win the championship. So that's something that's evaded me for the last 2 years. That the first year we finished second in the points, and that was probably how we should have ended up. I think that Derek Griffith was better than we were that week, but last year I think we were the best car on a night to night basis. But with the first 2 nights with qualifying getting rained out the second night, and we had to start with our qualifying position from the first, or a race finish position from the first night where we blew motor. The first 2 nights were like a scratch from the motor issue. So this year I want to go just clean house, and I want to get another championship and start the year off on a high note and get Mobil 1 in a victory lane, hopefully as many times as we can in that 7-8 day span.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, do you put Mobil 1 in your car there, bud?
What was that?
Nothing. I asked, do you put it in there? Like your actual car?
Oh, in my Super Lane or my street car?
Street car, obviously.
Oh, my street car. Yeah, I actually do. I had to go have an oil change. I got my car in, I think, June or July, and then it wanted to get service in this month. So I saw it pop up on my dash, and I went to the dealership and asked them because I had to get a new key too. So I got my key, and they told me to get my oil change. So went to the gas station, got some Mobil 1 and filled that thing up too. And I actually had to change my windshield wiper fluid too. So I got to do that. But yeah, Mobil 1's in the car, and the car runs better than ever, and I love it. And want to thank Mobil 1 for all their support too. It's a huge sponsor for me and a huge partner for me. So it's great to have them on the car at racetracks, and it's cool to have them in my Toyota Supra as well.
Yep. All right. Well, Jesse Love, thanks so much for coming on. We'll talk to you maybe after, I don't know, maybe if you do well at the Chili Bowl, we'll talk to you. So definitely gonna be a busy month for you. Busy 2022. You're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. So it's good to be time. We're gonna probably cover it all year long. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.